Alright, welcome back. This is Kermit the Streamer. I'm going to finish out this draft. We've got 3 more games if we win them all, or 6 if we lose some. I guess it's 5. 5 if we lose some. Well, I mean, I guess if I just lose them straight, then it'll be just 3, but I have the chance here for up to 5 more games. So yeah, all those ones last night were for me trying to qualify for the to have enough gems. I just didn't want to spend all that money to get enough gems to just go straight into the Arena Open. So I spent a little bit. To get me started, and at bare minimum, the plan was to play a bunch of drafts. So we've gotten to do that. My play mistakes are on the decline, thank goodness. My understanding of the format is rising slowly. And look at these big balls. Oh, I got so many big balls. Like the whole experience has been good. Even if I haven't made it to be able to do the Arena Open, I've gotten to play a bunch of extra drafts, and just got a better idea now of what I think I should be doing when I sit down to draft Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This is great. We really want with Frontier Seeker, if we've got a Landstarve hand, we want to get on other planes. But if normally, like, our win condition, like our big thing that we want is we want a free mount, and that's what we got here. This effectively drew us this other card, and incidentally it put some other lands on the bottom of the library, but you know, you've got a ton of lands in your deck, so sticking 1 or 2 on the bottom doesn't really change your odds that much. And I like the earrings too, because he also has that scry clause. So if they don't either deal with it or have, you know, a 4 toughness blocker, then we're going to be affecting our draws every turn. I think that's the hidden thing here with why the earrings is good, because I don't think 3/1 first strike would be doing enough. It's that extra scry that really makes him shine. So the thing that sucks is if he commits a crime, my opponent that is, ooh, I really need a mountain actually. If he commits a crime, this guy's unblockable. If he just attacks, I'm going to be able to block, and although I would prefer to use Take Up the Shield to save something, but I'd gladly stop a card draw engine from getting to do its thing. So if he commits the crime, I don't get to block, it doesn't matter. But if I can block first, if he just tries to sneak in, he gets to commit the crime. So he's coming in, he's getting his card. Nimble Brigand's really good. The only problem with it, and most cards like it, is you have to be tapping. And if you're tapping, you're not leaving anything at home. Now, you can argue getting the extra cards means you're going to get more stuff to be able to put on the board to block. This is a good addition to his board too, because he does get the treasure out of it. And, you know, I'm guessing he wants to be an aggressive deck. So I could do the thing here, get rid of this and this. And I think that's the thing. We're going to try to put pressure on our opponent. We're going to just basically say, you can have your cards, but I'm going to be making you pay for them. You're going to take 7 damage here, and you know, he should be able to make one decently sized thing. I'll be able to tap it down with a Sterling Keykeeper. He'll get his card again, and there is a point where I'll be very sad if that just keeps getting unchecked, going unchecked. That's good. That's definitely good advantage here. I really like Longhorn Sharpshooter, but it's not as good as I feel like it should be. I am get 4 more damage in, and that just puts in my opponent here really low. It's still anybody's game though. He's got enough mana that, and that's actually the beauty of plot too, is that he could cast a big thing and have a 3/3, so all of a sudden, instead of having a blank board, he would have a really impressive one. So now what I'm looking for from him is a shark. He's got it, but for 2 mana, what's he gonna do? That the searing, deal 5. No, plotting. What are we plotting? Oh, highway robbery, great thing. So yeah, so I can't attack against this board. At least not without a little bit of help. So I want to keep my take up the shield as a surprise. So what we're hoping to do is end step, I think, tap down the Hellspear Brute. Probably sacrifice a land. Yeah, that's the way to go. Highway Robbers is so good. It's the best of those type of cards we've ever had, I think. Normally this particular card design is not impressive. Adding plot to it just changes the equation so much. Because you can basically always cast it in a way that is favorable to you. If you've got extra lands in your hand, you can drop them. If you've got an uncastable thing, you can just drop that. Or if you've got tons of lands on the table, you just get rid of one. See, I think if I were him, I'd probably be looking at this board going, I can attack. And there we go. So we did get to tap something down, but we got to stop a removal spell and grow our Bighorn to where it's actually an offensive threat. So I think what we do here is we do actually go on offense because we are so far ahead. That could all change in a minute, but add to our board even with a puny 1/1. And ooh, yeah, oh yeah, he had to block, didn't he? Block or die. So yeah, that was a good set of plays for us. Still have not won, but it's looking good. Definitely favored at the moment. It's interesting that this lawman here is committing crimes whenever she does her thing. And that's part of the overall Wild West feel that I really like, you know. In the best westerns, like the lawmen are just as corrupt as the criminals, often more so. Okay, so that kind of sucks. So he went from being pretty hopeless to now he's got a chance here. Oh, and Plan the Heist is going to refill his hand and everything. So this is, and all I've got is a group of weenies. So we're going to go on the defensive now with Sterling Keykeeper. It's actually kind of interesting because if we tap down something on his end step, we might be able to do lethal with just what we have on the board by tapping something else on my turn. He's probably going to enter the board though. He gets to. This wasn't plotted. It was exiled with River Rancher. I wonder if you can plot off of that. I don't know if you can. I think you have to just cast it. I believe part of plot is that it has to come from your hand. Didn't say that on the tooltip though, so maybe I'm wrong. And I did not want to tap down before the attack here, because we're fine with him tapping his stuff. We're fine with taking a little bit of damage too. The thing that made that actually kind of work for him was luckily getting an Ox. If he didn't get an Ox from that, that would have been basically game over. Although Plan the Heist was coming, so decent board addition here. So we're gonna do the thing. We'll tap this guy down because he's the best blocker. Get rid of that double strike. Tap this down. And then I think we win unless he's got a trick or something. Because he's going to block this or this and die. Alright. There was a chance I could have really gotten blown out right there. But I couldn't let that game continue. Every turn I let him have to gain momentum would have brought him back in. So I think everything I did was right there. Always feel free to let me know of any mistakes though, because I make them. You know that I make them. So we've at least bought ourselves into another draft. I don't think I'm going to be doing this now though. I got stuff to do today. And my odds or my chances of working up enough gems to do the open pretty well shot, because I would have to basically just 7-0 a bunch of drafts at this point. Well, it's not outside the realm of possible. We're going to get to the point here where I'm going to have some fatigue from playing too much. One, you're going to see my decks will get sillier and sillier. If that one from last night wasn't a good example, that deck was fun to play, but man, it had like 4 or 5 colors in it. It was ridiculous. Alright, we got early cage, which is cool. We should be able to get a free card from it too. The only thing I don't like about the cage in this particular set is that artifacts are very vulnerable. There's lots of things that deal with artifacts. There's less things that deal with enchantments, but you can't reliably expect for your artifacts to get to do what you want to do with them. So engine artifacts like this are just, I don't know. It's still a great card. It's still a bomb, but it's not one that you can just play and expect to get to do the thing with every time. Alright, let's look for another mount here. I think what I do... So, I would really like to be able to get the Griff here, and I'm pretty likely to be able to draw a forest off of this, or to use the Red Rock Sentinel to get my green mana. But I think the responsible thing to do right here is to take the Bighorn. I'm still getting something out of it, and I think I still block the Alchemist too, even though I'm taking 2 trample and more if he has a trick. But yeah, more. So his guy lives, mine dies, obviously, and that went about as bad as it could go. That's okay though. Let's take our own artifact out. We're taking a lot of damage from this Alchemist, and that's probably gonna be the thing that kills us. So here, I'm going to make Torwakin, or Taiwakin, because I want him to attack me again, and I want to be able to take up the shield to kill that Alchemist. And really the only good thing about this scenario right here is even if he has some sort of trick, I don't get punished too badly, I don't think. Unless it's something just phenomenal. Like, if he bounces me here, that's gonna suck. I don't think he's got access to blue mana though. So I kill him, I go up life. I didn't take any trample there, so now we've undone his early lead. Ranch, for me, is a little bit too slow, I think. So now it's a great time to trot this cage out there, I think. I should be able to reliably get it to do its thing. I think next turn, unless I'm misreading this board. I'm gonna go ahead and make that a foregone conclusion. Well, no, I want to get an attack in right here, so. Interestingly enough, I could, if I had a bunch of mana there, and that's actually probably what I should have done with the Heath. You can add Taiwan damage onto a Desert Ping, so like I could have made that be a Desert Ping that was like a fireball. Because it's anytime non-combat damage, and desert damage is non-combat, so. It turns all your deserts into fireballs, if you want it to. So I got 6 mana, so I think, yeah, this gives me my condition to be able to cast the cage effect. Now here's the thing. I would much rather get a Brattled Bighorn, so I'm gonna just be patient. I'm talking about when I say get a Brattled Bighorn, I'm talking about Mystical Tether, getting to cast that for free and sucking that thing into the void. I don't want to give him a chance to kill any of my stuff right here, so. Alright. Man, this guy has the mount deck. He's got, most of the stuff he's played has been mounts, or mount related. So yeah, just like I was saying, now when I cast Eartha Joe, I get to do this. This is also an activated ability too, and it's going to target a creature, so it's gonna give me 2 counters. It's gonna be real easy to mess that up. No, not with this board. So this is gonna be awesome. Check this out. We do this. We do this. We get a copy. Just grow Eartha Joe too, and then we'll play our Mystical Tether for free. And we'll just go ahead and use the Sentinel to get that guy ready. And I mean, he should block here, but I'm fine with that block. I'm also fine with him killing Taiwan. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I mean, Collector's Cage is going to go twice. Any mercenary triggers are going to go twice. This is very costly for him to do this. I don't think he has anything better to do, but like that's not the answer. That's a card to use to get more ahead when you're already ahead, so I don't really like it. As a result, even if I'm in the mount deck, you're not going to see me running it very often. I mean, unless it's just the last thing left in the pack. Here we are at 6 wins. This is great. Where was this luck before? If I just done this in a different sequence, I'd be playing in the open right now. them, you lose them. Alright, what do we got? I feel like I've played this person recently. I recognize that name. A terrible hand. If I was on the draw, I might even consider keeping it, but the thing is, looking at my thing here, I've got a 24% chance to draw white mana. That's 21 plus 3%. Now, if I get to do that with 7 new cards, that's highly likely to happen. But each card from the top of my deck, less than 1 in 3 chance of being a plains, and I just don't have a game if I don't draw a plains. So I have to mulligan that hand. And this one, I want to keep it. But the problem is I can't keep the Griff. I'd love to be able to. Actually, seems to me like the Sandstorm Verge is not necessary. That's a card you want turn 7 when you're ahead. Now I can get ahead with this hand really quickly. But I don't think, just looking at turn 1, that I'm there. So I think my 2 secrets to play here gets some. The possibility of getting the 2 damage is really what makes me want to lead with her over anything else. Plus I can double spell next turn. I'll get my Lackey and my Lamitic. No, so we don't get to attack. Unless we want to bluff. I don't see a good reason to do so. Nice thing too about having Lackey in my hand is that when I sacrifice it and draw a card, I get a treasure. That will allow me to play my Griff. He's really stalled me well with this guy. I don't like this card in this block, but against me right now, it's like the best thing on earth. They always make these 3/3s that can't attack unless certain conditions are met. Sometimes they're in blue. And usually they're very good because they do what they do. For 2 mana, they stop all attacks. So this right here is a problem. And it's enough of a problem that I think I have to block here. He gets to kill 2 of my things. It grows every turn. I won't be able to kill it next turn. And I can't continually take that damage. If he had mana here, I wouldn't do this. And I still don't like it, but it's the thing to do. Notice it turns off my ability to cast my Griff, which is probably game over. I'm still going to try to play as best I can, though. Not, there's that temptation to be like, oh, I can play a little sloppy now that I've got just 1 game to win. But no, I don't think that was a sloppy decision. You could argue, though, getting to draw that extra card is a huge boon. But I don't know. I mean, sometimes your opponent is just ahead, and they stay ahead the whole game. I think that's the kind of game we're playing right now. What is this? Oh yeah, he just gets bigger. Unfortunately, this is guaranteed to get bigger every time. This is probably going to get bigger, but it's not guaranteed. Admittedly, it's not hard. He just has to play a land that is a desert, which is something he's gonna do. This is a great example here of when Sandstorm Verge is really good. Now, I would have to play 2 creatures before they even have any capability of blocking. Having a Sandstorm Verge in your deck too increases your the value on all of your flying and menace creatures. It's like giving them a little baby buff. like to be able to tether them both, but we don't get all the things. So this particular game situation, you know, I still have Bruce Taro, I still have Eartha, and Iron Fist Pulverizer would be fine right here, or any of my removal would be just fine. I think the thing I really would like to see is one of these two guys. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim. What's that guy? Oh yeah, he's getting his card from the Prosperity Tycoon. Yeah, I gotta do better than drawing lands. I would just concede right here. I don't think anything saves me at this point. Getting to cast Bruce Taro and getting an Oxen just right off the bat would be something. I don't think it's enough though, especially if he's got anything left in that hand over there. He's about to draw an extra card too. Yeah, his board is just way too wide for anything I do to matter. If I had the Wrath in this deck, which do I? No, this is not the deck with the Wrath in it. We'll get the Green Desert now. Oh, well, Bruce, this is the one card that I think could impact this board. I don't think it's enough though. I haven't done the math yet. Yeah, I don't think it's enough. And we also have to assume that they're not going to do anything over there with one more card. So out of 4 cards, nothing that can handle this. I don't think so. Plus he's got the Sandstorm Verge, so I either don't get to block here or I don't get to block here. He's got enough. Now, there's the possibility here that my opponent doesn't realize that he's got enough. That's what we're playing this game for at the moment. So we double strike on the Prosperity Tycoon. And unfortunately, we have to block one of these things with Bruce Taro if they come. But I mean, he should use the Verge here. If he uses the Verge to stop this, then he just has enough on the ground. Like, the only thing that would save me is if my last card mattered. And it doesn't, so. Yeah, good game for my opponent. Every card that they played mattered, and, you know, basically it was at the end of the game that they started to play the things that weren't really that important, but had just enough of a lead that it didn't matter. So we're at 6-1. We still have 2 games to lose or 1 to win. This is the best position to be in though, because even if I do have a frustrating end here, we've already done what we need to do with this deck, really. I don't like it, but I think I pitched the bighorn. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Probably should have pitched the Frontier Seeker, but I'm keeping it on the chance that it gets me not a Bread of Bighorn, the Trade Earrings, which I think I have 2 of in this deck. Let's take a look. Trade Earrings, yeah, I have 2 of them. So that's what we're shooting for. And notice here, we are going to get to do the thing, hopefully, where we cash in the Lackey to be able to make a Griff. We got exactly what we want, so having this happen makes me like what I did better. It doesn't make it right though. It still could have been the wrong play. Pretty easy right here. This guy's gonna get insane, but I like the possibility of giving him the confidence. That comes with it getting to appear to get insane. I don't like investing in the Lackey right here. because I do really want to cash it in. Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm fine with that. I almost am never getting to cast this tether looking at this board though. But that could be fine. Now we're just gonna try to go all the way with a goblin pirate. So if you make something that can block the lackey, we just journey to nowhere it. So what he needs to do here is have some way to double spell and add to his board. Removing the lackey would be just fine too. I would like to be in a position to where I can sacrifice stride and speed. Oh yeah, we're not letting that happen. No, no sir. Oh cool, we're gonna get to cast our Griff anyway. So this is all good things. I think we just continue to grow the lackey. Four or five first strike is no joke. And also, it's this situation here where if he does kill it, it sucks. But he just spent that really sort of premium removal on a 1-drop. Now, it's a 1-drop that had turned pretty beefy. But I think I'm still ahead on that, considering how much damage it's done. I just have to prepare my board now. And this is one of those situations where I love Vault Plunder. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great. But you can't afford to be taking that damage. Grow the Griff, I think. Where I get punished here. Oh, let's do this. Oops, I did that backwards. Dang it. I should have equipped this just so I get the scry and then attack because he couldn't block. It would have just put the necessary pressure I needed to put on him. The thing I have that's a problem right here is if he just removes this, then we've gone from being way ahead to, you know, having pretty reasonable odds of losing this game. We don't have anything like haste creatures to sort of come out of nowhere. This is nice here. We need 3, so yeah, we'll do the earrings. Yeah, I'm guessing that scry last turn was nice. I did my activation. Oh, this is nice. So we do get to Mystical Tether here. As long as I put the counter... Oh, I won't actually get to... Oh, if I did it... Oh, if I do it after the attack, it'll trigger. So let's do it after the attack. I need the powers on these creatures to be different. So even though I'm missing 1 extra point of lifelink damage here. Oh, unless he removes it. Okay, this is cool. I'll still get to cast my thing. I don't like losing my Griff, but I still get to cast my... I should have gotten to cast my Tether. Huh. Oh, it still follows the casting rules. Like, I would have to cast it during main phase. If this weren't instant, it would allow me to cast it, but because it's a sorcery speed item as an enchantment, that's why it didn't work. It would have worked on second main phase. Alright, that was a good thing from him. I don't like this. I think I just take it because I need, if I get one activation out of this guy, I'm super happy with life. He's got like fake your own death or something probably. So I would really get punished by blocking right here. That's also another thing. Yeah, he would effectively replace anything that he lost. So this is a great time for me to just pass. Yeah, great time for me to just pass. Make him have something, make him do something, try to burn a spell, stick some lifelink on the board on an indestructible creature. I still got the cage to activate, so this makes any of his combat math really difficult. So this doesn't make unblockable, it just makes one thing unable to block. So I think here, let's see what he has. Let's get rid of this thing. And then see what's going on. Do we have fake your own death like I thought? Yeah. Huh. Huh. Let's do this. See what we draw. We don't have another take up the shield. I think the best move here is to protect the Sentinel because it gets us extra cards. I really don't like it. I want the extra points of lifelink from the trained airings. I also don't like that Red Rock Sentinel is a vulnerable card type against red. He should have some ways to kill artifacts. And if he does here, we're probably dead. Alright, he's thinking real hard. So something's moving over there. Oh yeah, happy May the 4th, everybody. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and stick my counter here, just to try and get that extra point of lifelink. I don't have anything else in hand, so... So this game went from me being a clear winner to all of a sudden, wow, this does not look like a good board, you know. I have to tap to get the extra card. So we're just gonna block, try to get an extra card. He's got good attacks here, really good attacks. I'm going down to 2 for sure. He could actually kill me by making me do the like a draw 2 lose 2 effect. That's a pretty powerful thing here. It just turns out that I can block it this time. Normally that would be just like devastating, but the fact that I can grow the Sentinel means I'm pretty set. So we have to block there. We'll go ahead and Collector's Cage. That means we win that fight. He's just gonna get to keep equipping this up though, so like he's always got an extra threat on board. This is where I wish it was the airings, because if I could get an attack in with that airings, I'd be pretty happy. We're hoping to draw like removal. Bruce Tarl would be good, or did we Did we already play him? No, we didn't already play him. Brewstar would be a great draw here. We need anything other than lands, really. But the important thing about getting to draw an extra card on the opponent's turn is that means I get a card on my turn too, so we're hopefully eating away at our lands. Ooh, now he just has to play another outlaw and it's game over. Also, he can let this guy die. Oh, what? Oh, this is heartbreaking. It was still the most likeliest thing to happen. You know, I still had a 32% chance to draw land. It's just, you don't expect for that to get you 3 lands in a row. And I can't win on this board. My opponent would have to just make a complete mistake to, for me to win there. So, okay. One more game to play out. Yeah, this is a good opener. Not a lot of interaction here, but I've got my medics. Serve as a nice little shield. And if he kills those medics, I get extra cards. And ooh, Emergent Haunting. That's going to be doing some beating, I think. He does have to take a turn off for it to become a 3/3, but a 3/3 flyer on turn 3 is fine. It's worth not playing anything this turn. Plus he'll get to surveil. That's not bad. Now, you know, me getting to tether it is pretty good. He's still going to get a surveil out of the deal, but with it tethered, that means he did actually get slightly punished for doing that, because he probably had a 3-drop. Not too much punishment though. I had to use this card. You know, more than likely, whatever he plays for 4 or more mana would be a better mystical tether target. It just, at that particular time, that was a really good effective target. Double spell. Oh, nice. Arid Archway. So he's got some sort of spell deck, I think, that's going to be very challenging. Now I'm going to attack here. I expect him to block, but maybe the chance for a trick. I wouldn't block there. Chance for a trick is too deadly. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and use the trick shot. He should block one of my medics here. That's fine. Oh, that was silly. He should have blocked one. 1 point of damage though. The fact that it's tied to lifelink though matters. So I'm sad for him that he didn't realize he could block with impunity. This is another situation where this isn't my game. Not yet. It's looking good for me, but it's not mine yet. Let's look for a bighorn, I think. Congregation Griff would be fine too. Yeah, okay. Because I'm going to be able to Red Rock Sentinel to get the correct mana configuration. I'm not going to attack here. Although I'm not really penalized for doing so. I just don't feel like it's a necessary thing at the moment. So this deck can go crazy. I mean, he's got access to 7 mana right now, so a lot of things could happen. Like this board could change over the course of a turn. especially if he's got any sort of spells that let him draw cards. Alright, so, ooh, deadly. Yeah, so he got max damage here. Gets to kill my Taiwakeen and gets to kill my artifact. So the nice thing about this for me is, if I do get my collector's cage, and that's exactly what I was talking about too. There's cards like that. Oh, Thunder Salvo. Nice. So yeah, all of a sudden, this board is not looking like it's mine anymore. He's by no stretch of the imagination ahead. It's just not as good for me as it once was. I think that's the sound for reach. Ooh, what's that? I don't even know what this does. A tapped token that's a tap. Oh, wow, that's cool. That's really cool with coming to play effects like quickly there. Oh my lord, that is ugly. That is crazy. That thing must die, and I don't have anything to kill it. I can definitely tap it down though, and I'm gonna need to. So I want to be able to block it with a medic this next turn. And I don't even think I have a good attack here, because he can just put mercenaries in front of it all day. Okay, yeah. Oh, dang it. Well, I basically have to block it if he attacks with it. And unfortunately, yeah, I have to sacrifice my board. He's going to come out so far ahead with all those extra mercenaries. Pretty sure I lose this. But we got to do the best we can. We'll just probably put everybody on the Calamity. Or not. Yeah. This is just not good. That's the point where the mercenaries really start to be a problem, when he's got that many of them. And if he's got any way to resurrect that steed, forget it. Yeah, this is not good. It's his board. Went from being mine to being his. Very clear. Oh, Lost Jite? Oh, come on. Forget about it. It's done. On Razzle Dazzle less. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, man. I'm just toast. He really, being able to deal with my my Red Rock Sentinel was everything, for sure. Now he's not double spelling again, but he's got enough guys that he can attack around me, I think. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, we were never winning this game. No way. The Griff wouldn't even really have impacted this board. I mean, it just would have allowed me to stay alive an extra turn, I think. I can block, so I will do so. But I still take lethal. Yeah. Take it away. Alright, well we got to 6 wins. Not a trophy, but still, that's enough gas to continue drafting, so not the end of the world. I might do the draft portion now. Yeah, I'll probably do the draft portion now, but let's go take a break first.